Hi, and welcome to Pam Branch Designs on YouTube. Along with other crafts, I design and sell decoupage papers. I have lots of these sample size papers already printed, and I felt like I needed to find some sort of project where I could use some of them and demonstrate how they can be used. Today I'm going to make a hidden paperclip using my sample size decoupage paper. It's actually rice paper, and I'm also going to be using strips of cardstock. So I decided to use the hummingbird rice paper. My cardstock was already cut 8.5 inches long by about 2 inches wide. The first step is to fold the top edge over onto the bottom and leave about a 1/2 inch from the very edge of the paper. You can use a bone folder or a ruler to get a nice crease. Now you're going to take the edge where the arrow is pointing and you're going to fold it up towards where the crease is. Now I'm just flipping it over and doing the same thing on the other side. So now you're left with a W sort of shape. Now you're going to use your paper clip. It's really up to you what size you use, and you're going to put your paper clip right down in the center of that W. It doesn't matter if you have the short side of the paper clip or the long side facing either way, it's fine. And I'm going to leave a little bit of the paper clip sticking out, but you can certainly push yours all the way down. I'm going to leave a little sticking out because I want to attach a ribbon at the end. I'm just using some glue that I got at the dollar store to glue the top 2 sides to each other and the bottom 2 sides to each other. Be sure that no glue lands in the center part because you want to be able to slide your paper clip onto the paper that you're clipping together. Now we're applying enough glue to sort of glue the outer 2 V's of our W together. You could also slide a piece of wax paper down the center of the clip to prevent any glue getting in a space where it doesn't need to go. Now I'm going to clamp the paper clips edges together so that they can dry. I'm making sure also that there's no excess glue around the edges because again I don't want to glue the inner part of the clip together. These clamps are from my local dollar store, but you can certainly use binder clips. And you can also use paper clips. I was working on other projects, so this actually sat overnight to dry. I'm just removing the clips and just double checking to make sure that the glue didn't glue my inner part together, and it looks like it's fine. So now it's time to decorate my paper clip. And I'm going to use my rice paper, my decoupage paper, and some glue in the form of a glue stick. I think that works best when you're gluing this type of paper to cardstock. Now I'm using white cardstock, but if you have other cardstock or scrapbook paper that you want to use, you can certainly do that. And obviously you don't have to use my decoupage papers to complete this project. You can use whatever paper you like. Alright, so now that I have that decoupage paper adhered, I'm just going to cut off the excess. At the time of this recording, whenever I have an order for decoupage papers, I tend to include some sample sizes of my papers so they can get a sense of other options. So I tend to have a bunch of sample sizes around. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to make this craft, because I thought it would be the perfect size to use these sample sizes to give my customers an idea of what they can do with the little freebies that come in their packages. Well, I decided that since I had a hummingbird on one side, I'd add a hummingbird on the other side as well. So I'm going to use the same process and just apply my glue stick to adhere the paper onto my hidden paper clip. I'm actually working on making more sizes available on PamBranchDesigns.com. So typically people order coaster size decoupage papers, but now you can also get the 2 1/4 and also I believe it's 5 1/2 in addition to the typical 4 1/2 by 4 1/2 size decoupage paper. It's not on every listing, but I'm working on updating everything. If you do see a listing on my website and you need a different size, you can certainly email me and let me know. Alright, so I have that little strip that needs to be covered. I guess I could leave it white, but I really wanted to have some color there. That's that little space that will let me know when I'm using my clip where the entry point is for my paper. So what I did was I found some cardstock in my husband's scrapbook supply, and I think this blue is a really good match for the blue of the decoupage paper. If you like the idea of making a hidden paper clip, using up your scrap papers, etc., there are lots of tutorials on YouTube. I didn't make up this craft. I saw a video on YouTube. I saw so many, I'm not sure which one I used as a sort of a guide for this project, but there are lots of them, and it's a great way to use up your smaller papers. As I'm filming, this is my first time making this craft, and I'm really enjoying it, and so this is going to be episode 1. So I think I'll do a series of hidden paper clips using my decoupage papers. Okay, it looks like that's complete. I like the color match. It looks really nice. Now it's time to check my stash and find some ribbon to go into the top of my paperclip. I think this tan color is a nice match because it matches both sides of the clip. At first I thought the blue bead would be a nice match, but it didn't really go with the peach on the other side. So I found a black bead and I decided to use that. So I think that turned out great. I have this binder that I use to keep my notes and my plans. The cover of it is an old poster that I used for a trunk show. It kind of slides in and out of the cover. But I'm going to use the paper clip there to hold some of my plans together. I like that it can hold your place in a book, and then if you turn the page, you can see a totally different picture on the other side. and I really love the images of the hummingbirds, if I do say so myself. And I love watching the hummingbirds on my back deck. I've got 2 hummingbird feeders in my backyard, and just watching them is just quite a sight. They're so tiny, and they're just so sweet to watch. There are links below to my website and my Facebook group. Also, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell. There are more episodes of Hidden Paperclip videos to come.